Okay, good evening, students. Hope all are doing well, right? So glad to meet you all to discuss about the CL1, right? The Advanced Audit and Assurance, your subject, as well as give you some introduction before we start our programs, before we start our, I would say, the good 6 months driven program for CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance. So, students. Today, I think this is the introductory, approximately 30 minutes video which is going on, where we will be discussing about, I will introduce myself to all of you, and also students, we will introduce Infinity team as well. And also students, we are going to introduce to all of you what is about CL1, Advanced Audit and Assurance, and what are the examiner's expectation, as well as what sort of a paper that you will be getting in. Okay, right. So students, just to break your ice, right? Just to tell you, chartered accountants, right now, almost all of you have selected chartered accountants, the people who are watching the live of it, as well as the students who are watching the recording of this. Students, you have now selected chartered accountancy as your professional qualification. Students, when you take chartered accountancy, the CA Sri Lanka examinations, there are other, I would say, simultaneous. There are some accountancy qualifications that is going on around the market. If you take ACCA, if you take CIMA, if you take like those accountancy qualifications, the main fundamental perspective that defines chartered accountancy from other accounting qualifications is that the focus of chartered accountancy on auditing. Okay, in ACCA also you are learning about auditing, but the focus that you put on chartered accountancy in auditing is so immense and so huge. The amount of emphasis that we put on auditing is so much. That's why students, some one of you would have learned auditing at AAT. And some of you have already learned auditing at your executive level earlier, or maybe at your business level, you would have learned auditing. So students, the main focus in chartered accountancy, apart from financial reporting, is auditing. And also students, sometimes auditing, for some reason, has become a challenging topic for some students as well. Maybe sometimes students, due to various reasons. So what is this auditing is, and how you are going to learn that at Infinity in our platform, how you are going to learn it. Students, it's like this. Now, if I introduce myself, the lecturer, to you, my name is, students, some of you would have known about me. Some of you, for some of you all, I am a completely a stranger. My name is Nilednra Vithanage. I am a chartered accountant, a fellow member of Chartered Accountancy, a fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. Students, there are two types of members who are associate members as well as fellow members. So I have gained my continuous professional development requirements as well as gone through the necessary requirements, and I am a fellow member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. As well as students, I am a member of CIMA UK, CIMA UK, and also a member of CGMA, right? So those prestigious qualifications I'm proud to hold in me, students. And also, students, I obtained my first degree from the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, right? I obtained my first degree from the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura in the field of finance, right? Financial management. That was, I think, after my A-levels. And I think students, like you all, I did my A-levels really well. I was the Colombo District 3rd in ranking and Island 17th. So that kind of I would say satisfactory results were obtained at A-levels. And then I obtained my first degree in bachelor's in financial management in University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. And students, I obtained my master's degree from the University of Colombo on economics, because I thought economics would be a field that is relevant to me, so that I obtained my master's in the field of econ. Then students, somewhere down the line, I became a banker, right? I did my training at an audit firm. I became a manager there, audit manager. That's why I think you will learn the most relevant auditing from me, my audit firm practice, as well as students. I became a banker. In that also, students, I am doing risk management, as well as some sort of business development, marketing, and also students lending, financial analysis, as well as students credit management, credit control. I'm learning. So when I have all this stuff taken together, students, I think here in Infinity, we provide you the best blend of audit firm as well as practical experience exposure from the industry. Because students, sometimes there is a misconception that to learn auditing, you need to know, you have to go to audit firms only. No, students, it's not the case. Some people create that kind of a myth among the students. It's not the case, right? Even if you work in commercial sector, or even if you are studying in a university still, right? Or even if you work in an audit firm, still same level you can learn auditing. So don't get carried away by those kind of advertising or kind of myths that are being there. Even if you are going to audit firms or not, you can learn auditing in the same manner, and sometimes you can become a prize winner even without going to audit firms, right? Still. So remember that, because there are students of mine who achieved that feat. So therefore, I wanted to tell all of you, because that fear factor is being created by some people. So whether you are going to non-audit sector, whether you are working in a private company, or whether you are working in somewhere else, or still you are going to universities, students, no problem at all. Kisi aulak nahi, right? No problem at all. Everyone, right? All of you, remember, you all can become masters at your field, right? ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ field එකේ master කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් in auditing, even without those support, right? So to that extent, we are going to assist you. A level එකට ළමයි අපි ඔයාලට support කරනවා. We are supporting you in terms of theory as well as questions and all. Students, right? So in addition to that, students, there were a large number of prize winners coming under me in the subject of auditing. I think the highest number of prize winners came from me in the subject of field of auditing over the previous 10 years or so, students. So that guarantee, if some student want to become a prize winner, right? Katari prize winner kenek wenna on nang. If one of you want to become a prize winner, students, for that also, this is the best and ideal scenario, because you may have a target, right? Some people will be thinking, Ade, I'm going to just want to pass this exam, right? Mame exam eka pass one eka tamai mage, right? That's my main objective. No, if you want to go to, if you want to win a prize in this subject, that's a kind of that's icing on the cake, right? So for that also, we are supporting you, right? Ekanath api wada support kar, right? We are there to help, right? Students, so the misconception taken away, right? So you don't need to be a kind of a audit firm specific person. Even at non-audit sector, same way we are going to support you. Even though you are a university student, still you are studying, we are helping you. So don't worry, we are there to assist you. That's the first thing that I want to tell you. The second thing, that what is your subject, right? Subject students, CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance, this time probably would be the last attempt under the previous syllabus, which was introduced by CA Sri Lanka in 2020. This would be probably the last attempt. I can't say it is the last attempt, but I would say it's probably the last attempt where you will be sitting for this particular paper. So my expectation, students, yes, since this would be probably the last attempt, better to give it a full try. You can get through it. And also last time, the most recent December 2024 paper was extremely easy. December 2024 paper was extremely easy, students. Our students did it really well, right? Ask from them, get references. They were doing it really well. So what are the areas that are covered? that CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance is the cream of auditing that any student can learn at any given time, at any given course. This is the cream of auditing. Make a tamai lamai auditing a cream maker. So you start from the areas which are relevant to client, because auditing is a relationship that involves you are giving an independent opinion about the set of financial statements. So you need to accept clients in a methodical manner. Clients are accept karana methodical vidya. So we are learning about how, if you are an auditor, if you are a professional chartered accountant, right? If you are a professional chartered accountant, if you are an auditor, what sort of ethical behavior that you need to have? Because students, auditing, accounting, our practice as a financial professional accountant in CA Sri Lanka, students, we should not be like an ice cream seller. When we are onboarding clients also, we have to be very careful. We have to have an arm's length distance from our clients. Independence, we call it. So how to maintain independence, the ethics, achara dharma, right? We are learning what are our ethics, ethical framework, the conceptual framework. We are going to learn about that. That's the first thing. And then students, we are going to learn about, if you are an auditor, how to onboard a client to you, starting up a relationship, engagements, how to enter into a proper engagement. And then students, how to plan an audit. Audit ka plan karanne kohomada. We are learning through stories, right? So one of the, I would say, strengths that myself has is to teach you things from stories, storytelling. So most of the time, students, storytelling will help you to understand your subject more effectively, right? On that effectively subject, storytelling will help you, right? So we will learn things from stories. So we will learn how to plan an audit, how to assess the risk of a client, how to perform audit procedures. Audit procedures perform karanne kohomada. What are the things that we are going to do to perform audit procedures? And finally, how you are going to express an opinion on the client's financial statements. Financial statements, how to provide opinion. Matayak denne kohomada. We are learning that. So the entire auditing process in detail, we will be learning. As I told you, this is the cream of auditing, right? We are learning. So this involves students learning of a lot of auditing standards. So one of the other strengths that I have is to teach you the auditing standard. Standard will have students about more than 100 pages sometimes. One standard will run for 50, 60 pages. But at your examiner will be testing only few points. We call it learning outcomes. So one of the strengths in our class is, students, is now you won't be able to learn 100 pages of one standard and multiply that by 20, 30 standards. Some 1,000, 2,000 pages you can't study. Only the learning outcomes you have to study, because that is what the examiner is asking. So students, one of the strengths of our class is we are teaching you to learn the learning outcomes with the examiner exactly testing, right? So therefore, you don't need to learn Walpal, right? Or Walpal don't right? So therefore, your learning will be much more effective. Exam focused, targeted learning that we are providing to you, right? So auditing standards through the learning outcomes we are going to learn. Exam focused, targeted learning through auditing standards we are going to learn. So the entire audit process. And also, students, you all know, during recent times, our financial reporting and auditing, the area has been thoroughly digitalized, right? Financial reporting, auditing, these areas have been, students, thoroughly digitalized. If you ask artificial intelligence, there is huge impact on AI. AI impact, artificial intelligence is there. And students, there is a huge impact from machine learning, blockchain, robotic process automation, data analytics. Those kind of digitally driven areas are there in auditing profession. You will be able to learn that in our class. So I will be bringing in industry examples. And through those industry examples, students, you can learn those. So digitalization in auditing process. Then students, we are learning about quality control. how to control audit quality. Because students, as I told you, auditing is not like selling an ice cream in the hot sunny day. Auditing involves large amount of risk. Auditing involves large amount of judgmental decision making, right? So we are developing you to maintain quality in audit work. Audit quality with current. So we are teaching you on that. So we are giving you the knowledge about Sri Lanka standards on audit quality management #1 and Sri Lanka standards on audit quality management #2. So we are giving you understanding about that as well, right? And also, students, we are giving you understanding about what are the services that an audit firm is performing, like due diligence, like compilation. You would have heard about it, right? But we will give you full idea, like assurance, review, limited assurance, reasonable assurance. We are giving you those kind of full knowledge about all these areas which are coming under auditing. So, students, if I tell you this is a long 6 months journey, right? And I guarantee you somewhere about 1 month to the exam, we will complete your theory, right? 1 month to the exam, we will complete your theory. And similarly, what happened in last times, we are somewhere closer to month of March, end April, we are starting our revision sessions as well. Past paper discussions are started, revision sessions are done, past papers are done to make sure that you are fully aware, fully practiced for your paper. Because students, no point of showing off your all the colors prior to the exam and become a flop at the exam. Some people are like that, no, show all the colors before the exam, you know everything. But when you go to the exam, you become an utter flop, and sometimes those people fail the exam. So we will make sure that you are gradually building up, and at the exam you will be delivering the best possible answer. Exam එකේ තමයි හොඳම best possible answer එක දෙන්න ඔයාලා අපි ready කරනවා ළමයි. So that support is also given to you by us towards this. So students, the experience that we bring in lecturing for more than 10 years, right, and becoming an industry expert as well as audit firm, so bringing a blended knowledge to you and the newest learning techniques. Because students, I am a certified trainer, which I think no one has in this industry. I am a City and Guilds certified trainer, as well as I am an International Finance Corporation certified trainer. So I will be bringing in those adult learning techniques also to your learning, right? Rather than just going to a kind of a boring lecture, listening to some magic from a lecturer. We will make sure that you listen to stories. We will make sure that you listen to the practical examples, the exposures. We will make sure that you learn the subject through experience. Hariyata experience again subject එක අපි ඉගෙන ගමු ළමයි. We provide you that support as well. So before 1 month to the exam, we are finishing your syllabus. Last time also, the December exam, we did the same. Ask from your friends, we did it in that way. And how about your paper? ඔයාගේ paper එක කොයි වගේ වෙයිද? Students, your paper for the upcoming exam will have 3 sections. Normally, the corporate level papers are like that. It has 3 sections. Sections 3ක් තියෙනවා ළමයි. 3 sections. Section 1 will be multiple choice questions. Right? Section 1 එකේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට එන්නේ MCQs, multiple choice questions. There are 10 questions. All 10 questions are mandatory to answer. ඒ ප්‍රශ්න 10 ළමයි mandatory answer කරන්න, multiple choice questions which are coming. Then short answer questions coming 10 marks, right? ලකුණු 10ක short answer question, right? 10 marks 10 marks for short answer questions are coming, right? ලකුණු 10 ප්‍රශ්න 4ක් එනවා short answer questions. And then 2 questions coming in 20 marks each, 40 marks. First and foremost, students, section 1 multiple choice questions, 10 questions. And then students, short answer questions, 4 questions, 10 marks each. Then 2 questions, 20 marks each. Your paper is like that. The danger, but as well as the beauty of your paper is that, students, in your paper, you can't make selections. If you can remember good old days, you would have papers where out of 8 questions, you are required to answer only 5 questions. You would have done a selection or a choice. But this paper does not allow you to have a choice. May paper my choice na. All the questions should be answered. That's the danger as well as the beauty. So in any case, if you have not studied a particular standard, මොනවාරි කේස් එකක් නිසා ඔයා මොනවාරි ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එකක් කළා නැහැ. You have not studied a particular standard and maybe you miss that standard or a standard එක miss කරා. But at the exam day, exactly that particular standard comes in. Imagine the situation, right? ඔයා ළමයි පාඩම් කරපු නැති ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එකම, right? The relevant standard which you have not studied, right, comes in the exam, which you thought මේක මම බලන්නේ නැහැ, මේක එන එකක් නැහැ කියලා ඉතාලි යනවා. ඒකම එනවා ළමයි. For 20 marks question. Disaster. So remember, ඒක නිසා ළමයි පොඩ්ඩක් නිකන් බය කරලා තියන්න ඕන ඔයගොල්ලන්. Where each and every area is so important. So therefore, when you are selecting a lecturer, be mindful where the lecturer should be able to teach you all the areas in the same manner. එක පැත්තකට විතර focus කරලා යන්න නැතුව හැම area එකම උගන්වන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නත් ඕන. And also you should understand all the areas. හැම area එකම ඔය understand කරන්නත් ඕන. Right? That's really important. Because students, if you keep a gap on any part, and if that particular part tested at the exam, that could be a kind of an issue. So in our classes, students, we will make sure our students learn each and every drop in the syllabus in the class. Syllabus එකේ තියෙන පොඩි area එක පවා අපි උගන්වනවා. So we give you that particular comfort and guarantee towards learning. And students, so remember everybody, why you have started this CA journey, right? My CA journey ka ei පටන් ගත්ත කියලා දැන් පොඩ්ඩක් මතක් කරලා බලන්න. Right? Because you all have started this CA journey to uplift your careers, uplift your living lifestyles. Today, January 1st, when I came from a visit to my subordinates to say them hi and we greet them for the new year, when I went there, students, I just recalled my time when I was a kind of an articles trainee, when I was a kind of a young man like you, right? At that time, students, my total allowance and total income at that particular time period, that was somewhere around 2008-9, was total income would be around 5,000 rupees. And life was very difficult for me, right? It was a very difficult life. Life was very difficult because I had to pay class fees, I had to pay bus fare, I had to sometimes students save for my family, did all. But now today, students, when I go to a place, people knows me, right? You guys know me, right? In the industry, people know me. Social media, people know me. And students, I myself actively contributing back to my country and back to my society. When I get that feeling right now, after about, let's say 10-15 years, when I get that feeling, hey, I am contributing to my society as well. Students, that's because of CA qualification, right? That's because of primarily CA qualification and other qualifications I have obtained, and also my correct attitude. So similar way, you all can also develop yourself. Similar way, you all can develop yourself. Students, in your life, maybe sometimes you are struggling right now. Maybe financially you are not secured, right? The amount of income, amount of allowance that you are right now getting in may not be adequate. That time period, I have also passed that, students. It was there for me as well. And also many bright chartered accountants, it was there. But students, when I got through the CA qualification and became a chartered accountant, students, the life was so wide. It was a kind of awesome feeling. So what I like from all of you, students, this is a new year. We all have new year resolutions. Have a resolution, new year resolution. This coming June, this particular CL1 advanced audit and assurance subject, I'll be doing it to my best, right? Mage hondama level එකෙන් මම කරනවා. Because I have to bring in smile to my mother's face, my father's face, and even for me, right? So remember that. Is ඒක තියාගන්න. Because from our end, the Infinity team is willing to help you out and assist you to become a prize winner as well as a person who passed CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance. We provide you that particular support. And also, students, the language that we speak, normally I'll be conducting my lectures in English medium. Time to time, here and there, we'll be using singular words, but we'll not use singular words. But remember, my pronunciation and the way I speak and things like that are very easy to understand, right? So something that I have developed where I make sure that my English is up to the best standard, where you all can learn, because language itself is really important for you to understand the points. Language from the professional lecturer is also extremely important. So hope you understood what I'm saying today. So that similar way, I'll be making sure that you understand even the minute fine points in the syllabus. We'll make sure. And also, students, our lectures will go on as videos, recorded videos, and time to time towards the end, we are doing live sessions. Those are also there. So participate to that. Recordings again and again. Watch it, students. You can write down the things when I'm saying on your notebook. You can write down what I write on the board on your notebook. There are tutorials also available to you. Everything is there. Infinity team has a 24 hours support staff. They will help you out in case of any emergency, in case of video recordings, in case of anything. So that particular student support is also there from the Infinity team. So it's a kind of a students team effort, right? You are also part of our family. You are also part of our family, because ultimately, if you get through only students, I'll be satisfied. That's my KPI, right? So I'll be helping out. So I will, again and again, I will share my contact details as well, my phone number. My students know at any given time, they can call me, they can WhatsApp me and get sorted out their issues and get an understanding about the subject. So that help we are providing. Okay. So that's the news from our students. We are starting and we are launching our CL1 Advanced Audit and Assurance paper, discussion, recordings, classes, live, as well as our classes are launched, students. So you can join us. You can be a part of the Infinity family and become a successful student whom, like many others in earlier times, got successful, were fortunate enough to become members of CA Sri Lanka. So students, wishing you all the best for the new year, upcoming new year. I wish you, your family, all good health and prosperity, as well as stay with Infinity team, because this is one of the best places there. So Asanga, there is a question. Let me see your question. So what will be the revision program? Planning. Yes, Asanga, revision program, we are starting somewhere in March end, April. That will also be mostly live sessions. Live sessions, as well as recorded question discussions as well. So we are in the revision, we learn theory through questions. Through questions, we are learning theory in the revision. Because by the time of revision, students, our people just wanted to pass the exam somehow. So questions-based theory discussion, somewhere starting in April, probably. Okay. So students, any questions anymore? So wishing you all the best. Let's be part of a family of Lahiru. Recordings will be uploaded weekly, not daily. Weekly, they will upload the recordings, entire syllabus. They will upload those weekly. Normal physical class weekly. They will upload to your portal. It's there. Any more questions? Students, my contact number 07722. If anyone interested in getting some information, 07722 81915. 07722 81915. So since there are no questions or whatever, students, thank you very much for trusting us, and thank you very much for dedicating about half an hour of your time on January 1st, right? So keep in mind, 2025 will be the best year of your studies, and most of you will get through, and this will be an year of best excellence in your student journey, and most probably will pass all the exams. Thank you very much, students. Thank you, Infinity team. So let's do some good work towards your exam. Thank you.